Our bodies speak. They proclaim a great mystery. I've been up here teaching not just with my words, but my body's been doing all this crazy stuff, and that too is speaking. Tell me what I'm saying. Hello or goodbye. Tell me what this is. Shock or surprise. Tell me what this is. You don't? Come on, that's an easy one. Our bodies speak. And we also know that actions speak louder than words. If you walked into my family room and saw me sitting here like this, and you said, "Christopher, how you doing?" And I said, "Great." What are you going to believe, my words or my body? We can say one thing with our words and contradict it entirely with our bodies. What does sexual union look like when it corresponds to the words of the wedding vows? That's what we're after. 1B. We can speak of moral good and evil in the sexual relationship based on whether the couple gives to their union the character of a truthful sign. Is this a true sign of God's love, or is it not? Let's do the math. And don't be afraid to admit if you are guilty of every single sin I'm about to talk about. God's mercy has been given, and we must trust in that mercy. There is only one sin we should be afraid of. Only one. The refusal to admit sin. Because the refusal to admit sin is the only unforgivable sin. Jesus called it the blaspheming of the Holy Spirit. When we blaspheme the Holy Spirit, we're saying, I haven't sinned and I don't need the Holy Spirit to forgive me of sin because I haven't sinned. Don't be afraid to admit a million sins. Be only afraid of rationalizing sin. Everybody with me here? Let's trust in God's mercy. He's not against us. He wants to save us. So let's just do the math. Does an act of masturbation image God's free, total, faithful, fruitful love, or does it miss the mark? It misses the mark. If you struggle with this, I'm not here to condemn you. I'm here to proclaim a truth that can set us all free. Does premarital sex image God's free, total, faithful, fruitful love, or does it miss the mark? If anybody here struggles with this, believe me, I'm not here to condemn you. I'm here to proclaim a truth that can set us free. Does homosexual activity image God's free, total, faithful, fruitful love, or does it not? If anybody here struggles with this, any viewer struggles with this, I'm not here to condemn anybody. I am here to proclaim the full truth of our humanity that can set us free. Go down the list. You're eventually going to get to this one. And this is the big bugaboo. This is the big bone of contention in the church over the last 40, 50 years. Be not afraid of the demands of love. Be not afraid to admit a million times we've failed. Be only afraid of rationalizing. Does an intentionally sterilized act of intercourse, even between spouses, does this image God's free, total, faithful, fruitful love, or does it miss the mark? If the church's teaching on contraception is here and our hearts are over here, maybe the problem is not with the teaching of the church. Maybe the problem is our hardness of heart. If today you hear His voice, harden not your hearts.